Hello everyone, welcome back to another Wolf Tanks video. Today, I'm going to give you, well, some ideas of how, an idea of what the M41 Bulldog, the new Tier 7 American light tank, is perhaps capable of on the real life server. But before we start off, please leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel for more 9.3 update videos. Well, you know, the 9.3 patch test server update videos. And also I've got some new ideas in my head written down on papers for new videos outside 9.3 update. So there is new stuff coming up. For now, I need to focus on 9.3 because otherwise, people. Well, you know, I'm not just going to upload 2 videos and then call it a quits for 9.3. What would be stupid. Anyway. The M41 Walker Bulldog Tier 7 with the equipped with the autoloader here. The 76mm autoloader. I am not quite sure which one I would use. They're quite situational, I guess. The autoloader is a bit more punch because you can do more damage quicker. However, the downside is that the reload of your gun is 2 seconds between shooting your shells. And your shell capacity is 10 shells. That means that well, you're firing a lot of shells. You have to fire a lot of shells to do damage. Even though you have an autoloader, you still only do 150 damage, I believe. Yeah, 150 with 175mm of penetration. So it is still low damage, and you still need to expose yourself quite a lot to put out that damage. And that's why you could also go for the other gun, which is basically the non-autoloader version of this gun. However, even though the rate of fire of that gun is really good, as you can see, you can really cripple people if you have the back of the 50B, for example. You can just totally annihilate that guy. It's crazy. At least in that situation, you know, you're a scout, you're going to get into tier 10 matchmaking anyway, so you're still going to have trouble penetrating people anyway. But this time it was really good. Also, that's the second reason why you could also use the other gun instead of this one, because if you bounce some of your shots, yeah, sure, you have some other shots prepared and ready to go with, but you also have to reload at least once. You say, well, you know, you're a light tank, you can get away very quickly and easily because you're fast and nippy, you can get out of situations easily. Yes, of course, but also talking about situations. In light tanks, you don't want to think, oh, well, I've got 910 health, I can use that really well. The only purpose of that health is saving you whenever you get into bad positions, bad situations, which shouldn't be often, because otherwise the health is going to be inappropriate because people are just going to annihilate you. People can do 500 damage, 400 damage at tier 10. You lose half your health, so then you see it's not much, so you have to use that health. And I bounced a bad shot there because he hit that tracks. Yeah, that's epic. You need to use that speed and maneuverability when it's really needed, when it's a really SOS situation, I would say, because then you're going to need it. And if you lost some health already, if you have lost some health already, you're not going to be able to use it because you've lost it, obviously. I said it's fine. Yeah. You would say that the other gun is not better because you have to expose yourself as well, a lot as well. Well, I think it depends on your playstyle. I would really prefer this gun though. Perhaps I should look at this other gun a bit more and tell you about bit more in detail about this. Now, I'm not able to show you that that much. I'm not going to be able to show you a realistic outcome of what this thing can do to people in random battles, because obviously it's test server. People are going to be driving other tanks. In this case, there are some light tanks, the new light tanks, but you usually have more light tanks. This was a really bad matchup because I was tier 8 in tier 10 battle mostly. Also, you can see the limitations of the heat shells there. 210 penetration is definitely not enough to penetrate the low plate of the 100. I am able to penetrate his side and rear surely. I loaded gold there because I knew I would need it. I believe the rear of the mouse and the 100 is about 200. So that's why. Anyway, thanks for watching this replay. And I'm probably going to give you some more examples of gameplay in this thing. So, until next battle. Hello everybody, welcome back to another World of Tanks video. In this video I'm going to show you what the M41 Bulldog, the new tier 7 American light tank in patch 9.3 update test server, well, test server, I say update all the time, test server is capable of doing. So, this thing has an autoloader, or this gun, the 76mm gun with 150 damage, 175 penetration. And this gun can be awesome, I tell you. This gun can be awesome. I think I will be able to give you a pretty good idea of what this thing is capable of doing. At first you can see me spot these vehicles, at least I think I spotted them, I'm not quite sure. I have Cola and Binox, but this guy is also spotting T62A. But you know, the Cola 10% when I see a scumbag. But sadly he doesn't die because he retreats in time. Now basically this 183 has been AFK for quite some time, and as you can see I am able to penetrate him sometimes if I hit the right spot. I do miss the M41 Bulldog and I bounce on his 183, or I just bounce on the Bulldog, I have no idea because I tried to hit the Bulldog. And I just keep hitting this guy and he's not even aware of me sitting here. Because his view range is not good enough and he's too far away. And this is just the insane DPM this thing can throw out. The reload is around 3 seconds, and because it's on a large loader you don't have to reload between your shots. Well, I mean, not between your clips, that's what I mean. That's of course not true what I said there, but between clips you don't have to reload. Because you don't have clips, you have shells. This is basically what the beginning looked like. Also trying to hit this 50B really hard. Missed another time, that was really big RNG. And yeah, if you haven't noticed, this game is a tier 10 battle. With me as the only tier 8 vehicle in this battle. I keep punishing this 50B here. This thing is really good for punishing lightly on the targets like the 50B and the Batchat and medium tanks, the side, you know, the sides and the rear. It's really fantastic for doing that. And yeah, here I decided to do something differently because it's enough. I've been sniping all day long with light tanks, so no, in this battle I mean, but yeah, Himmelsdorf is quite a bad map for this thing. But if you can spot people from here, for example, where I was, it's pretty okay. Hitting this 50, but I actually bounced on his turret. He hits me right there. Nice blocking, but a 1-2-1, so he can't hit me. And then he hits my tracks, and he doesn't even do any damage to me. Here we're both trying to do some damage on this 50B. I'm like, nope, it's my turn, Anyway, well, we're doing 10 full, nothing too special, but I just want to show you the fantastic DPM this thing has. It is absolutely crazy. You're going to see some some nice gameplay. At least I was intending to do this. Going for the object. Critical hits. He hits me in the side. I hit him, and I go over this little thing here, car scrub, and that's why I was not able to put a shell in quickly enough, because this is basically what happens. Just before I reload and just before I hit his side, I get killed. But you can see that I'm able to outflank the object pretty easily. Even though the object has pretty good turning speed as well, I'm still able to do this pretty easily. And yeah, I think this tank really lays in DPM, and of course, being a scout, still it needs to scout. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this replay. I'm going to show you some more replays of the M41 Walker Bulldog, so you can have a better idea of how this thing works, right? So yeah, see you in the next replay. Hello everyone, welcome back to another War of Tanks replay. Well, this time it's another collection, another one of the collection of the M41 Walker Bulldog. This is the match I've just had. And if you think about tier 7 light tanks, because this is a tier 7 American light tank, you think about perhaps tanks like the AMX 1375 or one of the WZs. I'm not quite sure which ones, but the point is this thing any special apart from the tier 7 light tanks? Well, we should find out, right? The strong points of this tank is the maneuverability and the very good DPM, also packed with great gun oppression with this gun, especially with this gun. I say especially, but I think it's actually the same as with the other one, but it is really good. So I'm on Sacred Valley, and the most I just sliding there. The most worst thing I do in light tanks is going 1v1, because I'm not a light tank driver. I'm not used to driving these, and so I do these things, and I have to learn that. That's okay. I'll show you that this tank is definitely not made for that. What I did do is spot this at 50B and let him die. It's a positive thing. I didn't need to pop out and take shots at him. That's fine. I know that I'm not going to go behind me. I'm not gonna go behind me and go 1v1, so I'm going to go get up against these light tanks. I'm not going to go 1v1 exactly. Still okay range for me to do. Still doable for me. I just want to make sure that I'm really annoying and sneaky, because I'm a light tank, I'm small, I have good camera rating, good view range, and I have a really great gun oppression in this tank as well. Now, I see I don't have any shots on any one of these guys, and I see that they've killed our S7, who's probably north, and I really have to get the hell out of here if I want to survive. Trying to hit this Leo is not going to work. So I do take a risk of going here, but I just wanted to make sure that the mediums could not shoot at me. FE getting wrecked, poor guy. And I make my sneaky way up here. And I see T4, I'm not, no! He gets killed. And that was lucky, I guess. The Jaeger who backed me up there on the hill. That's gonna be crazy. I have to get to the hill to defend, but I have to get past the M41 pattern and the Leopard. So how am I going to do this? Well, I just go straight for him, right? I set him on fire, and he's pretty much chanceless now. Ooh, that was a low roll, but I can penetrate his low plate, no problem. Now the LTTP is in big problems. Hit the Leo twice. Hit him 3 times. And I'm gone. I need to get the heckles out of here. The only way I'm ever going to win this game is cap, right? Let's cap, right? No problem. Let's cap. I'm small, I have good camera rating, good view range. I should be able to spot people earlier than they spot me if I get spotted in a cap circle, you know? Or if people are coming to reset. You know, when you cap, there are certain things that can happen to you. One is an enemy tank kills you because they can find you. I'm hiding from all enemy vehicles because I'm behind this rock. Two, RT can hit you, and these are very, very stupid positions to go in. Never go into this position because that's what happens. I have no idea why I was doing that. Classic stupid mistake. Bit of a noob mistake on my part because I should know better. But this C-57 Heavy doesn't make this mistake. However, I think he's pretty sure we're gonna lose this because they're breaking through. If I had capped, we would have had a chance, at least a slight chance. But now, of course, he doesn't have a chance. He's just going to go die in style, you know. The thing is that I thought that the artillery wouldn't have an angle on me. You should think of this. Just estimate that the enemy artillery has a really good angle on you, because if you don't, you're going to go in that position every time again, and you're going to get wrecked most of the times you go there. So never sit behind bushes or rocks in a cap circle because it's so obvious. Artillery will blind fire. So I hope you learned something from this replay. I will show you another replay after this one, and yeah, see you in the next one. Welcome back to another replay of the M41 Walker Bulldog 7 American light tank. And this match, I am going to show you a few things you have to keep in mind when you are driving a light tank. One of them is, like I said before, not go 1v1. But, you know, as a light tank, you are the eyes and ears of your team. You are responsible, you have to be responsible, or you have to take the responsibility to spot the enemies, because you are able to do so, and you can be unspotted doing so. We're on Severogorsk. The difficult map, I would say, for light tanks. There's not a lot of open ground. It's mostly 1v1, and I have no idea why, but our MX-13 F3 just team killed our M41 Walker Bulldog, because, you know, Testserver. I was sitting here waiting to see if any light tanks would come through. I got spotted right in front of this STB-1, which is probably auto spotting range. I was not spotted because I was behind the rock, you know, I was here. And he got spotted so late, and this is exactly not what I wanted to do. I wanted to use this rock as cover against these tanks. I didn't want to get backed up in a corner because they're shooting at me, and this is what I did not want to do. Of course, this can still work, but I had to fall back, so I should have probably stayed here all the time, waiting for these tanks, or do something else, like going for the middle and trying to spot enemy tanks. So now it's just a matter of getting the hell out of here. Now, in a light tank, you are vulnerable. You don't have much health, and you don't have any armor to speak of, at least in most light tanks, because otherwise it's probably no light tank anyway. The point is that I want to make is that you have to make sure that you can do damage, or you can spot people without them seeing you, or without them being able to hit you. And the best situation is for you to not be spotted, and you were able to spot them, because then obviously you can spot the enemy tanks without being spotted yourself, and you can help your team out without even being spotted. That's the whole point, right? You don't want to die. You want to be eyes and ears of your team, because your team has to expose themselves to spotters, and you're able to do it in a way you don't have to expose yourself. That's the whole point, right? So that's why you need to know where the enemy tanks are. At this point, I do know that they're fighting in the corner. They're here, they're here. That's all I know. Well, I do know more. This light tank here is the only guy who went left. So we are probably outnumbered here, considering not the whole team is here. There are some tanks here, but not the whole team. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tanks here. 9. That's a lot of tanks, of course, but that means he's going to be alone against 4, 3 tanks, or perhaps only against 1. So what I could do is, you know, I could go hold down and try to go 1v1 against these tanks, but that's probably not a really good idea. I could also try to be sneaky and go up here, try to get support. That could work, but it's still a 1v1 situation. So what I wanted to do is help out this E5 with the I7. However, is he alone or is he not alone? I am not quite sure, so I should not do this because I don't know if he is alone. Also, if I would go here, they could also go behind me, which is most likely what they will do if I go there, or they will help out the side first and then go behind me anyway. The point is that if I want to help this guy out, I also don't know what's going to wait for me. So what is the best thing I can do in this situation? Well, I should probably be patient, and I should probably see how things work out and where are the best spots to see to where I would probably need to see where I can be surprising the best way I can ever do, because spotting on this map is a difficult matter when you're in 1v1 engagements like these. And so the only place I could really go to spot people is the middle, but that's also pretty 1v1 situation because there are a lot of buildings and cover to hide behind. What I do now is that this light tank we have there is up against the medium tank. This object 430 is green, which is weird because that's not my teammate. Let's see, do I have an object 430? We do, but it's not here either. Okay, so that's the object 430. That's a bit weird because he's right here. Okay. Oh, there's the other one. There's the Centurion, the light tank I was talking about. And I do know that I could help these guys out and flank the Centurion, right? Well, probably because I have some backup. What I did instead is go after his I7. Oh, 2 I7s. Shit. I'm in trouble. I tried to do as much damage as I can before getting away. I didn't expect this I7 to turn around immediately, and he does. His tracks instead of his rear there, and now I'm down to 80 health, and I'm pretty useless now. E5 is engaging the I7. I tried to help him out. But did I know anyone could go middle? Anyone could go middle from here to here. Using gold to penetrate him, well, it's not gonna happen. And then I get killed by an object. So a bit of situational awareness is needed. Well, a bit. In light tanks, it is really difficult because you have to know exactly where the enemies are. You have to know exactly what could happen, what you have to do when a certain scenario could come up. You have to know the escape routes, scout routes that are safe to take for you to get away, because you have to get away if you get in trouble. And I totally forgot that E8 is really dangerous, because the people at E8 can just transfer over to the middle. To say it a bit weirdly, you can just go to the middle easily. And since we haven't killed these guys yet, and since we are still a bit of defending, I cannot help these guys out. And that also means that these guys, there could be somebody going here into the middle, like this object 430 did. So the most important thing you have to understand in light tank is that you have to be careful about what you do. You have to read the map even more than you would do in a regular medium or heavy tank or tank destroyer. So you have to know your surroundings. You have to know what's going to happen. So what could I have done here? I could have probably gone to F3 and help out my left flank. Help out and flank the AMX AC-48. So I hope you learned something from this replay. I hope you understand that I understand how light tanks work, and you know it's good to it's good for you guys to see me make mistakes in light tanks, because then I hope you are not going to make the same mistakes over again, because this is what most light tank drivers do when they first start driving these tanks. So yeah, I won't probably have a good replay up after this one, so you can see exactly how light tanks can work. I'm not that good, but I will give you a pretty good taste of some good moments, or I will show you some good moments with this tank at least, because you know I'm not going to be able to play that well in light tanks, because you know I'm not a light tank driver, like I said. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this replay, and let's go on to the next one. Welcome back, guys, to the next replay. In this replay, on steps, I'm going to show you some good and bad things again. Good things I do, bad things I do, and I can also give you some tips on what to do in certain how do you call it? I'm lost of words now. Situation you have on this map. There are certain situations on this map you can counter, and what you can do. And so, not forgetting that this is still a scout tank and this is still a light tank. I can still scout. You know, I can still spot enemy targets, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here in the bush and let up whatever is coming through. In a certain range, at least. Certain range is people who come down here around the ridge. So I spot the M41 Walker Bulldog. Sadly, nobody cares about him because nobody's shooting at him. And I'm probably not going to get any spots anymore. So I move forwards to get more spots. Get my binars back up. And that's when the M48 passing next to me actually, I think, spots this waffle. I pull back and I fire, but I'm not spotted. So I keep firing. And this accuracy, look at this accuracy. This thing has pretty okay accuracy, but that's just ridiculous. Some of my shots on the Object 263 here. I blind fire a lot of shots here, just hoping that this guy is really noob and he stays there. But is that really true? As you can see, it's not true. What is true is that I did some damage before he went away. So now, to revise what I told you in the last replay. Last replay I told you to know where the enemies are and then make your plan. So I do know that these guys are pushing. I'm not going to mess around with these guys. I'm just not going to go 1v1 because that's no use. The other side, well, there could also be some other tanks I have to 1v1. So the only option I really have is to go middle, right? Right? Are you sure about that? Well, I could have also gone here and then used the ridge line here. What I did instead is not a bad idea. I just wanted to spot their TDs. Going for the middle can be really dangerous, as you're going to see. I spot that is artillery. And yes, I just bounced on ulti because I wanted his track, and now I miss, and then I hit. And you know, scumbag kills are best kind of kill. So we spot out the waffle and the 183. I do have cover from this rock here. No, because there's an E5 on top. Yeah, of course, E5 camping. Well, you know, it could have also been another tank straight, but I hate this rock, and I get hit by E5 again. Who's actually also spamming heat because, you know, Testserver. And now I'm in trouble because there's a fucking Waffenträger E100. I'm really sorry about that language, but a Waffenträger coming at me. Well, I'm doomed because nobody's gonna tell me. What can I do? Well, he misses. I tried to go around him, but there's still the E5 behind me. And yes, I could have gone up on the hill, but because if I go on the hill, I'm slower, and I've had really bad experiences going up on hills when flanking people, because then they can hit you easier because you're further away from them. You have a better view on you, and why the heck did my tank just move? Okay. Was that because of the waffle? Okay. Okay, that was weird. Also, because I'm going slower, they can hit me easier. So what I could have done there is just, well, you know, I could have done a bit more to prevent this. The thing is, this is Testserver. Everybody wants to do damage. Everybody wants to, well, not necessarily damage. They just want to suicide you, like that waffle did. On the Testserver, it wouldn't happen that often, but there are still better ways to approach their base, even when these guys are occupied. I could have gone here and gone home down, but these tank destroyers would have shot at me. So the best thing I would have probably had to do is go here, so that I'm isolated from TDs here. You know, I probably don't even have an idea about what I should have done there. It's difficult because it's a really open map, and tank destroyers like to camp the base. So it is difficult, you know. But I should have probably not gone for the middle. I should have probably tried to help out these guys, or tried to help out the spot wall. Perhaps go into the bushes somewhere, or something sneaky. I mean, I always forget that the light tank is a scout, because scouting is really difficult, and you cannot always scout, and you cannot always spot people. So you don't want to forget that you're not only a support tank, you're mostly a scout. So you don't want to look for opportunities of flanking, which I usually do on my medium tanks, for example. But you also want to look for opportunities to scout, and that's what I did wrong there. I think I should have scouted instead of trying to look for opportunities to flank. And of course, yes, I was trying to scout, but I was passively scouting, and passively scouting on Testserver can be a bad idea because they can flank you easily. Also in real life, well, in real life on the Testserver, on the live server, of course, the live server, you are also more vulnerable when you're passively scouting, because they can go up on you and kill you, for example. So yeah, that's that. You know, I could have also gone just do this all the time and go up here and here and here and just passively scout my way through. But again, it's Testserver. So I think I will put in one more replay, and that will be it, I think. So see you next one. Hello everyone, welcome back to now World Tanks replay. Well, this is going to be the last replay. I'm going to show you in the M41 Walker Bulldog. And because I'm so bad at light tanks, Chris Carrier X, one of my subscribers, is going to show you how to drive this thing, basically. He's also one of my friends. I play with him pretty often, so yeah, good times. So well, he is not using the artillery. He's using his 76mm. And he's also not using binocs like I do in my light tanks. Well, on a Testserver, you know. I use colored optics. He uses colored optics and ventilation and vertical stabilizer. And as you can see, he's going to demonstrate how you can spot your enemies pretty easily on this map by going down. He gets a nice slider. So he's using the ventilation for extra camouflage value. Because if you put camouflage in your crew, and you know, and ventilation gives you 5% to your skills and perks of your crew, so that will improve your camo rating as well. Vertical stabilizer for the gun, of course, and gun aiming time, and grid optics. Grid optics gives you some more view range. I believe it's 10%. It's not that much, but you're going to see that it still matters having grid optics. So he's going to go in the open here to spot any other enemy tanks camping at their base. He's pretty lucky to be missed actually, because T-32 missed him and somebody else at base missed him. Got shot earlier by the what was it, the I-6, who was in a very surprising position at E8, A9, right there. So his team is not doing so hot. They're not doing well on the right flank, and the left flank is okay. But just, I wouldn't really say it's that great, but it's pretty okay. Take some blind shots on the ELC, I believe. The ELC was not spotted there. And he decides to run away. Go somewhere else. Also notice that he's using the fire extinguisher, the repair kit, and the med kit, first aid kit. And I used med kit, repair kit, and extra combat rations. Or for the Americans, I believe it's different, but you get a 5% extra for the crew, so you get better camouflage rating again, and other things as well. Notice that he's using it on the repair kit on 5, because if he double taps 5, he can repair his tracks, and space for commander or anything else, and fire extinguisher for 4. My setup is different. I have repair kit on 4, F5, med kit on 4 usually, and fire extinguisher on the last slot. You get some nice spots on his T-34, and he also fires at him, but he gets spotted by the ELCMX. He was in quite some trouble. That's what you get for team killing, though. He team killed, I don't know who, somebody. And Chris has been running away for most of the time in this battle, just because his team is so bad as well. As you can see, they're 8-7. It's pretty balanced. It could still go anyway. He was looking for the for where the ELC would pop up, but he didn't pop up. Pershing did. So now he's going to help out his friends, because he sees a really big gap in their defense. He's going to make use of that. They should have one tank camping at the back here, and that's the ISU. Very unfortunate for him, because he's going to get wrecked. I tell you. And see the situational awareness of Chris. He is looking around, making sure that he's not exposing himself to anyone on in the open field, because I believe there was an AT-15 in the open field who could have had shots on him. And if he didn't, well, he just wanted to make sure he wouldn't get shots. He wouldn't get shot at. As you can see, their team is getting stuck at J4. Nothing he can do about it, because he has his own business. AT-15 is going behind him. and he's going to try to ambush him a bit, make him spotted, so that the I-6 can fire at him. Now, he could go around this guy. He could. But the KV-4 is also there. The Pershing was last spotted at their base. He killed 2 guys of our team. I mean, at least their tanks killed two of ours. Yeah. 2 of ours. Got some nice damaging hit on the Pershing. The KV-4 is just too well armored to penetrate, and he decides to back off when the KV-4 starts paying attention to him. And so now it looks a lot worse. It's 2 versus 2, but the AMX AC-48 is totally isolated from Chris in the M41 Walker Bulldog. If he would try to help out his AMX friend, he would probably die by the K4 and the AT-15. So that's not really what he wants. What he does want is he wants to ambush the KV-4. Well, all 3 of them basically. Because I'm pretty sure that they are going to cap his base when they are done with the fighting against with the AMX. So he's going to go up here and see if he can get some shots off. AC AMX kills the Pershing. He's unfortunately not able to get any shots on the KV-4. Trying to spot the AT-15 there. He gets the spot. Really unfortunately, he bounced there. That was unfortunate. Now he's spotted. I think. He doesn't have 6th sense, so I'm not quite sure, but he looked at him. But it could have also been that he was blind firing because he totally missed. Either way, he's 1 versus 2 now. Versus 2 tier 8 tanks. So, the best way to deal with this is to use his camouflage rating and his view range to his advantage. So that means he has to try to spot them when they're in the open field. Because if they stick together and they go after him, he has little chance of surviving. So what he does is he's making a loop around the map to find a good position where he can spot the enemy from. Remember, he has coded optics, so he doesn't have to stop to get his binocs up, because binocs take 3 seconds to activate for a 25 plus 25 view range. So he spots out the KV-4, and I'm pretty sure Chris is not spotted here. And he's loaded heat, so he can penetrate the KV-4. He misses, unfortunately. It was a bit of a... well, he aimed really high. Now he's trying to get some shots. He bounced on the upper plate there. It's a nice couple of shots on this turret, and this guy is not even stopping at all. That's really stupid. He should have not done this. He should have stopped and hit Chris in the face, basically. But that's game over for the KV-4 because he gets penned all the time in his mini turret, I would say, his cupola. His heat has 210 penetration, which is okay. It's not always reliable, but at least against the KV-4, but it does the job, as you can see. So now it should be fine. It should get there in time, and you know the AT-15 is slow, you know, so you can get around him. So a couple of things that Chris did right in this battle. He tried to avoid enemy fire. He tried to concentrate on spotting rather than doing damage and helping his teammates out and going 1v1. He also always wanted to make sure that he was able to spot the enemy before they could spot him. And if he gets spotted too, he would certainly go behind cover or make sure he wasn't exposing himself. Because when he got spotted by people in the open, and when the T-42 missed him, for example, he just got a rock. He just got a rock between the guys and him, and he sets him on fire for the last shot. What he also did right is make sure that he would be surprising. He wanted to be surprising. He didn't want to go up against a KV-4 if they could have any chance of shooting him at all. So you want to reduce the amount of exposure. And if he did expose himself, when he did expose himself, you made sure that he wasn't going to be get shot at. So that's basically what he did. He also saw that they had a gap in the defense, and he made use of that. Also made a big difference in this game. Then when his team was fighting at J5, at least half of his team, he did not go with them. He made sure that he could get shots on people and get shots on the guys who were going for the open. Also, when he engaged the AT-15, he did not just go straight on and flank him. He was just there to spot him, so he could save his health for later on. For example, when he needed the health for the KV-4 at the end. Well, he didn't need it, but perhaps he needed it. You never know. Yeah, he needs to preserve his health because he doesn't have much health at all. And yeah, he also used decoded optics instead of binocs for a bit more active scouting instead of passive scouting. And I think you've seen a DPM of this thing. You've seen the view range of this thing. Well, you know, it's a light tank. The pretty good camera rating of the tank. Maneuverability. You've seen almost everything. Also, the move at the start of the game, Chris made, was also a really good move. He spotted some pretty neat enemy tanks when he was going up at E8, 9 actually. He was using the hill for cover, and he made sure that he wasn't going to get shot at. So I think and I hope you guys have a good idea of how this new Tier 7 light tank, American light tank, works. The M41 Bulldog, Jesus, Walker Bulldog, not the M24 Chaffee. That's the Tier 5 now. M41 Walker Bulldog. Thank you so much, Chris, for sending this game in. This was a really good game. He actually told me that was the first game he played. So you can see the difference in the skill in light tanks between me and Chris. He's a really expert light tank driver. He drives them pretty often, so yeah. I will show you the post-battle results soon so you can see what it looks like. And then I will end off the episode here. So yeah, the screens are coming up, stay tuned.